Caves have always drawn explorers, people looking to map the unknown, test their limits, or just experience the silence of the underground. But when things go wrong deep below the surface, rescue becomes nearly impossible. These aren't just tragic accidents. They're stories of human persistence, misjudgment, and the unforgiving nature of the Earth itself. John Edward Jones was a 26-year-old medical student and experienced caver. On November 24, 2009, he entered Nutty Putty Cave in Utah with his brother. It was meant to be a family outing. Deep into the cave, John tried to explore a narrow passage he believed was familiar. But he had taken a wrong turn. He became wedged, headfirst in an 18-inch wide tunnel, at a sharp downward angle. His arms were pinned, and the pressure on his body was severe. Rescuers worked non-stop for over 24 hours. They even managed to briefly communicate with him. But due to the narrow space and downward slope, rescue tools couldn't reach him effectively. Eventually, a pulley system failed, and John's position worsened. He died from cardiac arrest after being trapped for over 27 hours. His body was never recovered. The section of the cave was sealed with concrete, John's final resting place. Floyd Collins was a pioneer of American cave exploration. In 1925, he was searching for a cave that could rival nearby Mammoth Cave as a tourist attraction. While exploring a narrow passage in Sand Cave, Kentucky, a rock shifted and trapped his leg. At first, he was just stuck. He could talk. He could be reached with food and water. But attempts to widen the shaft caused cave-ins. After a few days, rescuers couldn't even get supplies to him. National media picked up the story, and crowds gathered outside, hoping for good news. For 14 days, Floyd was trapped in freezing temperatures. He died alone, likely from starvation and exposure. It took months to retrieve his body, and for years afterward, his remains were controversially displayed inside a glass coffin in Crystal Cave. Floyd's story marked one of America's first live media spectacles, and a lesson in how nature doesn't care about attention. In 1959, 20-year-old Neil Moss, a student from Oxford, joined an expedition into Peak Cavern in Derbyshire, England. He entered a narrow shaft later named Moss Hole. His rope became twisted, and he slipped deeper into the tight vertical passage. Volunteers, some barely trained, descended to try to free him. They even used makeshift breathing tubes to help him stay conscious. But carbon dioxide began building up. The rescuers had to retreat, one after another, overcome by fumes. Neil remained calm, even as he realized he wouldn't be saved. His father, faced with the unthinkable, requested that the shaft be sealed. It still is. Bushman's Hole in South Africa is one of the deepest freshwater caves in the world, nearly 900 feet straight down. In 2004, Australian diver Dave Shaw attempted something few would dare, to recover the body of a diver who had died 10 years earlier. He made it to the body, 225 meters down, but when he tried to attach it to a lift bag, the corpse unexpectedly floated, entangling Shaw's equipment. His headlamp recorded everything as his breathing slowed. He died trying to bring closure to another family. 10 days later, both bodies floated to the surface when Shaw's gear detached. His actions are remembered as courageous, but also a reminder of how extreme and unpredictable cave diving can be. These stories aren't meant to scare, but to remind us, nature has boundaries, and underground, they are narrow, silent, and final. Respect for those limits can mean the difference between exploration and tragedy.